Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm the senior drum major, and our color guard rehearses from 4:30 to 9 on Wednesdays.
Band camp takes place for 2 weeks over the summer. It's 12 to 9, Monday through Friday. One of the most essential things in band camp is water. We're outside for 4 hours at a time on the hot turf, so make sure your kids drink a lot of water.
Micah and NESBA are two main organizations that we compete for. Throughout the entire season, most Saturdays and a couple Sundays, we compete for either the NESBA organization or the Micah organization. Micah has 5 stars, and NESBA has sig figs.
I'm Sam Prosperi, and I'm a rising senior this year, and I'm going to be a first-year drum major for the marching band, and I'm super excited for the season that's coming up. The Music Boosters are a parent organization. They deal with all the fundraising and volunteer work for the entire Wakefield Music Performing Arts Department. They help handle all of our funds that we bring in from the large fundraisers like the Jolly Jingle Express, and then they work with our music staff to make sure that each of the different sections of our performing arts department are getting the funding that they need. So they work with Mr. Banker and make sure our marching band has all the funding, and they make sure that our choral department has all the funding that they need, and they do a great job of keeping all of that organized, and we're so very grateful to have them because it really is the backbone of how our department is so successful. The boosters are really a great way to get involved. All the parents have a fun time together, and it's a perfect way to just help support the program, help get involved with the pit during marching band season. The band moms are so very deeply valued, and it's just a fantastic way to get involved in the music community.
The user fee for marching band is $175, and it is used to pay for instruments, equipment, drill, music, everything you think you need.
I'm Emily, I'm a section leader, and I've been in band for 4 years. As someone who burns very easily, I'd like to recommend that your kids wear a lot of sunscreen, even if they don't think they need it, or even if they're like, oh, I'll tan, don't worry. Please have sunscreen available for your kids. So just remember to reapply every hour or two and be prepared.
These are the socks you need to wear with your uniform. They have to be knee-high white socks. Along with that, you have to wear your pride shirt underneath. Marching band rehearsals are from 6 to 9 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Please come 15 minutes early to prepare. You will have time to do homework before rehearsal, and please remember, do not get driven up the hill.
Hydration is essential in band camp. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm drum major this year. I'm going to be a junior, and this is my 3rd year in marching band. Each year, the marching band hosts 2 competitions, one NESBA and one Micah. Parents can volunteer by working in the food booth the day of. Volunteering in the food booth is highly suggested because it raises a lot of money and ensures a successful event, and the apple crisp is flawless.
Another way you can help is by being a volunteer when the band travels. We always need people checking in other students and making sure they're in the right place at the right time. Are you kidding me? Thank you. All right, that's enough of that.
Hi there. Here to talk about the Jolly Jingle Express, one of the largest fundraisers we have for the music department. It basically pays for all of our instruments and everything we have in the music department. And, you know, we heavily recommend that kids participate, considering the importance of this fundraiser. And you can volunteer the day of, and it's a very long day, trust me, I know, but it's so worth it, considering all it does for our program. Thank you.
Pit crew is comprised of you parents, and your jobs are to help move all of the pit instruments up to Lanigan and onto trucks and to other places for competitions, and we really need your help. We need you to help with pit crew.
Any of the band parents can come along and help Joy Goslin-Smosky. She's the one who runs and collects all the uniforms from the students, and she could always use extra help.
Alright, here we got dinkles, we got pants, we got a jacket, we got gauntlets, we got gloves. I don't know what this thing's called.
Corn!
I don't know what this thing's called.
Chico! Plume!
So my mom, Joy Goslin, does uniforms. She's in charge of inventory and making sure that they're all clean. Well, not during season, but after. So how you should wash it is your dinkles, just wash them off, no bleach. The pants, you can throw them in the wash, but no bleach. Gauntlets, you can wash with hot water, same with gloves, but no bleach. You can wash the jacket in the wash, but no bleach. But take your sash off, also no bleach. That's pretty much it. Just don't put your sash in the wash.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm here to tell you that you need to keep your dinkles clean. The most important thing in marching band is keeping your dinkles white as white, because when your pants are white and your dinkles are dirty, that's not cool. Some of these dinkles aren't very clean, so they need to be cleaned. Best thing to clean them? This thing, Mr. Clean. It's so good it should be called Dinkle Cleaners. They should just change the name to the product. So go out and clean your dinkles today, because that's what you need in marching band, clean dinkles. If you need help cleaning them, call me. I'm Jay.
I'm Anthony Matucci, and I love Mr. Banker.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's happy.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's sad.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's angry.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's disappointed. This is Mr. Banker's face when your dinkles aren't clean.
This is Mr. Banker's face when you haven't cleaned your uniform.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's exhilarated.
This is Mr. Banker's face when everyone in the band needs to play louder.
This is Mr. Banker's face when everyone in the band needs to play softer.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's trying to deal with the students of the marching band and not necessarily with the volunteer parents. This is Mr. Banker's face when you've done everything right.
This is Mr. Banker's face when you've done everything wrong. This is Mr. Banker's face when he's laughing at your jokes.
This is Mr. Banker's face when he's not having any of your jokes.
This is Mr. Banker's face when you're wearing a stupid hat. Or two.
This is Mr. Banker's face when you don't wear your pride shirt under your uniform.
You know, they might be changing those.
Either way, this is Mr. Banker's face. This is Mr. Banker's face when he likes you. This is Mr. Banker's face if he thinks you're eh. This is Mr. Banker's face in school at 8 a.m. the day after a competition. This is Mr. Banker's face when he thinks you need to work harder. This is Mr. Banker's face when he's trying to smile. This is Mr. Banker's face.
This is also Mr. Banker's face.
All these faces are Mr. Banker's. The only time this is not Mr. Banker's face is when he's with his kids.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed Mr. Banker's face.
We do.
Yeah. If I had a dime for every time I said Mr. Banker's face,
We'd have like $2.
yeah. Oh my god, I'm done.